Ragsdale, broker, CEO of Platinum Real Estate. And today in this video, I'm going to share with you some very powerful strategies on how you can make more money as a licensed real estate agent. And no, you don't have to spend money. No, you don't have to prospect. No, you don't have to advertise. No, you don't have to cold call. All you have to do is run your business differently. I'm going to teach you some things that most brokers don't know, most real estate agents but don't know, and most real estate professionals just don't do. I'm going to show you some strategies on how to run your business different and to earn more income. Stay tuned. Watch. I'm Luther Ragsdale, broker of Platinum Real Estate. Thank you. May God bless you. Today, I want to talk about something that most brokers don't talk about. I want to talk about something that can really make you as a real estate agent a lot of money, but it's not by closings. It's not by prospecting. It's not by social media marketing. And we know that's important. Social media marketing, that's a must. Prospecting, that's a must. All those things are very, very important. But today I want to talk about something that can make you money and you don't have to prospect. You strictly have to run your business in a certain way. Now, before I get too deep into this, I want to make sure everybody understands I am not a CPA. I am not an accountant. I want to talk about my experiences. I want to talk about what I've done in the past when I was a real estate agent. I want to talk about some of the things that I do right now as a real estate broker, and it's how you run your business. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay. You guys, if you are a real estate agent and if you are an entrepreneur, straight commission, meaning you're not a W-2 employee, you are 1099. And in Platinum Real Estate, you guys know you guys are 1099 business owners, not W-2 employees. See, I have a wealth building workshop, and I always talk about building wealth and generational wealth. And I always say the wealthy gets wealthier. And it's all about the game and how you play the game, right? And a lot of people don't understand the game. Broke folks, poor folk don't understand the game. So you are a real estate agent. Since you are a licensed real estate agent, you own your own business. So you have some benefits to owning your own business, just like the owner of Home Depot, right? America says we give benefits to the wealthy. America says we give benefits to the business owner. Case in point, if a person works an 8 to 5 and they drive from their house to dinner, there's no benefit driving to dinner. There's no benefit when they have dinner. But they pay the exact same thing, let's say $100 for dinner. But in real estate, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, if we're driving to go have a business dinner, and then we have dinner, the drive there, we get credit for mileage. Then when we have the business dinner, we get credit or it's a tax write-off when we actually eat the meal, if we're discussing business and if it's a business meeting. So yes, the wealthy gets wealthier. The business owners are able to build wealth, and you are a licensed real estate agent, so you have the same benefits. And there's a lot of great laws that allows you, the business owner, to be successful. And a lot of times as real estate agents, we don't see ourselves as the business owner. We don't see ourselves as the entrepreneur. We don't see ourselves as the person that can build generational wealth. We don't see ourselves like that. So I want to talk about just a few things that you can do and probably should do that can help you build your business, that can give you some tax benefits, that can help you benefit just from passing your real estate exam. Okay. Now, I'm not a CPA. Everything I say today, I want you to contact your CPA and get actual advice from your CPA. Again, let me say that again. I'm just going to give you some ideas. Every idea may not work for you, right? But I want to give you some ideas. I want to give you some questions to go ask your CPA. And I want you to say, hey, what about this strategy? Will this work for me? He should say yes. If he says no, you may want to get a second opinion. Are you with me? I'm not a CPA. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a CPA. But if he tells you no, you may want to get a second opinion. He might not know what he's talking about. Y'all with me? Now, I want to make that point. Throughout my last 20 plus years, almost 30 years in this business, I have had good CPAs. I have had bad CPAs. I have had aggressive CPAs. I have had CPAs that's really, really scared, right? Just because they are a CPA don't mean they understand every tax loophole. That's very important. There's a lot of tax loopholes that we as business owners, we can benefit from. Every CPA don't understand every strategy. Every CPA don't understand every benefit, right, to owning your own business. One thing that I've learned is I like CPAs who own the CPA firm. Why? Because he's being aggressive and he is using strategies with his own CPA firm. And so he knows some strategies for my CPA firm. If he's just working for a CPA, getting paid a 9 to 5, getting paid X amount of dollars per hour, 9 to 5, he may not understand the strategies. He might not really get real aggressive with it because he gets a guaranteed paycheck every week. If he owns the CPA firm, if he's the owner, he's always looking for loopholes for his own business, so he understands loopholes for your business. Here's another point. Some strategies work now, they may not work next year. It may not work 3 years from now. It might not work 5 years from now. Why? Because sometimes we have changes in the tax code. And sometimes a Republican is in office, Democrat is in office, things change. And so when things change, sometimes the loophole change, and sometimes the tax laws change. So you really need a CPA who's up on their game. I want to say that again. Oh my God. You need to have the right consultant. Just like there's good real estate agents, there's bad real estate agents. There's creative real estate agents, there's non-creative real estate agents. Same things with attorneys, same thing with CPAs. It's important that you get the right people on your side. Now, I know some of you guys may say, hey, some of the more creative folks, they're more expensive on the front end, but they should save you money on the back end. I know some of y'all might say, hey, I do my own taxes. Yeah, but you may lose thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars doing your own taxes. If you get a bookkeeper that don't understand taxes, if you get a bookkeeper that don't understand tax strategy, you can lose more money than you save. I want to say that again. You can lose more money than you save. I have learned the hard way that I've tried to save money on the front end, but I lost money in the long run. So I like the CPA that's aggressive, the one that is now legal. I'm not saying nothing, never ever do anything illegal. I'm not saying that, but I am saying there is a major difference between the CPA that's looking for tax loopholes to help you with your taxes compared to a bookkeeper or an inexperienced CPA that just throws your books together and don't even look for any opportunities. Now, with that being said, licensed real estate agents, here's some things I would say you should think about. We drive a lot. There's an app called Miles IQ. I love it. I keep it right here on my phone, and I love it because of this. It is called, there it is, Mile IQ. Every time I get in a car, it automatically documents the mileage from where I start to where I stop. I do not have to figure out the miles. It automatically does it for me. Then every trip I can categorize as a business trip or a personal trip. And if it's a business trip, once I categorize it as a business trip one time, after that, it's always use it as a business trip. So if I have to go to the UPS store to mail something, when I go from my office to the UPS store, that's business. That mileage, I get credit for that mileage. I don't know what it is now, 30 cents a mile, 40 cents a mile, 50 cents a mile. I don't know, but we all know that the price of gas is sky high. It's going up. It's not coming down no time soon, right? So with that being said, I love the benefits of the mileage. I will take all that I can get. Here's another one. I have a home office, just like many of you guys have a home office. Now, yes, Platinum Real Estate have offices throughout the city, but I also have a home office. Here's a strategy that I've used for years. This is one that I highly, highly, highly recommend that you talk to your CPA about. My business rents office space from me. So right now I am sitting in my home office right here, and this area I use for business. I only use this area for business. I have an office for me, I have an office for my wife, and we only use this area for business. So my business writes me a check every month to rent space out of my home. Yes, you heard me correctly. My business rents space from me. So where I have a business checking account, that's another point. You should have a business checking account. You should have a debit card attached to that business checking account. And whenever you use that debit card, it's automatically calculated as a business expense. Every time you write a check, it's automatically calculated as a business expense. So when you pay your Supra Key bill, it's automatically a business expense because you're paying the Supra Key bill out of your business account because you are running a business. That same account pays me rent every month. I write a check from my business account to me personally because my business rents space from me. I have a home office, and I basically took the square footage of my entire house. So let's say your house, just for some round numbers, let's say your house is, 1,000 square feet and your office is 100 square feet. So your office is 10% of the entire house. You with me? And please talk to your CPA because your CPA can advise you exactly how much money your business can pay you every month for renting space out of your house. Yes, there's guidelines and laws and regulations. I am not a CPA. Get with your CPA with the details, but ask your CPA, hey, CPA, I have an apartment. I have a house. I have a condo. I'm renting. I'm owning, whatever, but I have office space out of my living quarters. How much can my company pay me every month rent? Powerful, you guys, powerful in there, right? Okay, here's another one. Whenever I go to meet a client, whenever I talk to a client, whether I go to Starbucks or whether I go to a high-end 5-star restaurant, travel there, mileage. Anything that I do as far as eating, drinking, entertaining, whatever, listen, you guys, tax write-offs, benefits. In my home office, supplies. If I have to buy a new computer, my cell phone is business. My cell phone bill, I pay it through my business. Okay? Water, lights, gas, cable, all of that out of your house. A portion of those bills can be documented as business. So let's go back to our example. Let's say that I have 1,000 square foot house and my office space is 100 square foot. That's 10%. So 10% of my water bill, 10% of my light bill, 10% of my cable bill, 10% of my everything, right, is now what? Business. Oh, you with me here? Okay. So what I want you to start doing is I want you to think like a wealthy person. I want you to think like an entrepreneur. I want you to say, you know what? This expense that I have, is it associated with business? Right? We used to just do things and we have all of these expenses, and a lot of real estate agents don't document business expenses as business. We're just paying it. Now, you have a business account. Wonderful. Think about this. If the money is not in the account, I get it. So you have agent monthly dues, you have your super key dues, you're paying for, prospecting, you're paying for advertising, you're paying for marketing. So now you're paying for all of the different stuff. So even some of these apps on my phone, all of this stuff is now calculated as business, and there's business expenses. I know some of you guys are saying, Luther, I have never closed a deal. I just got my real estate license last month. Or I close deals, but I go weeks or I go months or I go several months without a closing. What do I do if the money is not in my business account? Simple. You write a check from your personal account and you give it to your business account. So the month starts. I have no closings, I have no money, but I have to pay my monthly dues. I got to pay for my super key. I want to do some prospecting. I want to do some marketing. I want to do some advertising. I need $500, but there's no money in my business account. What can I do? You write a check from your personal account into your business account, and you loan the money to your business. So January, I loaned my business $1,000. February, I loaned my business $1,000. So I have loaned my business $2,000. In March, I have a closing. And this closing is $10,000. I can say, Uncle Sam, hold on, Uncle Sam, I'm not going to pay taxes on the entire $10,000 because my company owes me $2,000. They have to pay me back of the loans that I have put into the business. Talk to a CPA. I'm not a CPA. Talk to a CPA. But strategy, it's important. Listen to me. It works. Ask your CPA. If your CPA don't know what I'm talking about, get a second opinion. Y'all with me? But see, a lot of times we are paying expenses out of our personal account and we're not documenting it. So we don't know, right, how much business expenses that we really have. Come April the 15th, when it comes time to file our taxes, we don't know how much money we've spent personal. We don't know how much money we have spent business, none of that stuff. Okay, so here's the deal. Watch this. Let me just run some numbers. So it's time for the first of the month. My business need to pay me $1,000 for renting My home office, for me, that's $1,000. Okay. Monthly dues, let's say that's $50. Super key, let's say that's $20. Let's say I need to do marketing and advertising, prospecting, all that. Let's say that's another $500. Then mileage, I gotta put gas in my car. Here's a question for your CPA. As high as gas is, should I calculate mileage, or should I just take the write-off for the actual gas that I put in my car? I know my cars, it's $100 every time I fill them up. Do you want to get the $100 for the actual gas, or should I do mileage? Everybody's situation is different. Your CPA should give you the answer. But let's say, just for the sake of numbers, this month I got $2,000 worth of expenses. Look, you've been paying the $2,000. You pay your super key, you pay your monthly fees. Rent to yourself, that's a sweet one. That's a sweet benefit, right? You've been going out and meeting clients and Starbucks and dinner and lunch, and you've been some of you guys may own rental property. Here's one for rental property. Go down to Home Depot, you buy a hammer. You go to Home Depot, you're buying paint, you're buying tools, you're buying supplies. When I go in Home Depot now, it's not just me paying for stuff, my business. Now, you with me? But here's what you do. You now say, hey, my business isn't making any money, so I have to now loan the business money. So before I start paying taxes on profit, the business have to pay me back my loans first. So if I go 1 month, 3 months, 12 months without a closing, I'm still putting money into my business so that my business will run. When I get those big checks, you need to pay me back first. Business have to pay me back first before I start paying taxes to Uncle Sam. A lot of real estate agents take their, 1099 and say, this is the money that I made, Uncle Sam. No. That's the income that might have come in, but that is not, I repeat, that is not including all of the expenses that I've had the entire year. Are you with me? Are you feeling me? Some of y'all need to be taking some notes. This will change your mind, change your financial situation. Now, is everybody with me? Another strategy that I love American Express. I love Capital One. I love Visa. I love MasterCard. I love having a business line of credit. I also like having business credit cards, especially in real estate. I learned this a long time ago, and it have helped me tremendously. I do not believe in debt. I repeat, I do not believe in debt, but I do believe I have a situation where the first of the month I have expenses, but I don't have the money. You have one or two choices. You can take it out of your personal account and give your business a business loan. That's one way. The other way, you can put it on a credit card. You can put it on a business line of credit. And then when you have the big closing, pay it off. So I have an American Express card. I have a Visa card. I have a MasterCard. I have a business line of credit. Okay. And the first of the month comes and I have these bills. I have to pay my super key. I have to pay my monthly dues. I have to pay, there's certain things I have to pay every month, right? These things I have to pay. Okay, great. I either one, have to take it out of my account, give it to my business. That's option number one. Option number two, I can have a credit card, debit card that is strictly for business. I don't care if it's a prepaid debit card. I don't care if you put $300 in there and you say, listen, This is strictly for business expenses. Got it. Okay. But now you can say, hey, I am managing my business better. Now, last but not least, I love QuickBooks. QuickBooks Online is a lifesaver. And I want to say number two that I love about QuickBooks. QuickBooks Online, everybody knows QuickBooks as being the most powerful accounting system right now in America. It's wonderful. I love QuickBooks. But let me tell you a new service QuickBooks have started, and I think it's only like 20, 30, 40 bucks a month. QuickBooks now have online bookkeepers that will give you online service. So QuickBooks is, I think, like, let's say 9, 10 bucks a month. It's very inexpensive for QuickBooks Online. But now you can have a personal bookkeeper, a personal advisor who will do your books every month. Forgive me, I don't know the exact amount, but I think it's 30, 40 bucks a month to have a live QuickBook advisor who reconciles your books, who put together all of your accounting every month. You guys, that's the best $30, $40 you will ever spend in your life. Because if you do not know the financial health of your business, you really won't know how much money you are making or losing. You can go the entire year and never, ever close a deal. But if you are tracking every expense at the end of the year, you can say, hey, Uncle Sam, I have a loss, right? Uncle Sam, I have a loss. I have a loss for a year. I have a loss for 2 years. I have a loss for 3 years. This business is truly losing money. That's okay, especially in the beginning. But you're getting all of the tax write-offs, all of the tax benefits. Then when your company starts to make money, you say, Uncle Sam, I cannot pay you taxes because you remember back in 2019 when I lost $10,000? You remember back in 2020 when I lost $30,000? Now it's 2022, 2023, 2024, and I'm booming and I'm making all of this money. Uncle Sam, I need to recoup this before I start paying you. But you can only do that when you are managing your business correctly. How do you do this? Step number one, QuickBooks Online. Get that QuickBook advisor. I forgot how much it is, 30, 40, 50 bucks a month, but it's very inexpensive for the money that they will save you. So QuickBooks will give you a bookkeeper. That's step one. They can do your bookkeeping every month, which means they will put everything in the right category, give you a profit and loss report. That's great. But then you take all of those reports and you take it to a CPA, and the CPA will do your taxes. QuickBooks Online and the bookkeepers, they will not do your taxes. They only keep up the books. Make sense? They only keep up the books. The CPA actually files the taxes and do the creative strategy. Okay. Now look. Okay. Let me say. Okay, doggone it. Somebody says, Luther, it's too late. I already filed my taxes. Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Okay. Somebody said, I just filed my taxes. Let me tell you what happened to me in the past. Again, talk to your CPA. I was rolling, y'all. I was a real estate agent, and I was making more money in 1 month than what I was making an entire year working a job. So I quit my job. Real estate was good. I was making money. Things was happening, right? They gave me a huge tax bill. Back in the day, I had never made any money. I wasn't saving no money. I didn't have QuickBooks Online. I didn't have a broker to tell me what I'm telling you guys today, right? I didn't have a broker to tell me. So I was just making money, and I will never forget, I spent a whole bunch of money on all this boom bass stuff in my car. I had to pull out, radio. Back in the day, we had the 8-track tapes, pulling it out of the car, and oh man, I was booming and banging, and I was young. It was good. Then they gave me this huge tax bill. And the CPA that I had at the time said, hey, you have to pay the tax bill. I said, I cannot pay the tax bill because I haven't saved any money, because all of my money is tied up in this car that I put all of the radio and the bass and the boom and all the stuff that the young boys do. I was doing it too. And I said, I don't have no money to pay Uncle Sam because I got all the boom. All my little money is tied up in the car. It had brand new rims and radios and bass and speakers and Twitters and tweeting. And I was out there, right? So I left that CPA and I found another one. And he said, Luther, what about the expenses? See, you've only told Uncle Sam about the income. You have not told Uncle Sam about the expenses. Do you pay monthly fees? Yes. Do you pay this? Yes. Super key? Yes. Do you pay this? Yes. Do you pay? Yes, yes. And he said, you haven't talked about all of these expenses. So you really don't owe Uncle Sam that much money. You owe Uncle Sam a lot less. So then he redid all of my taxes and resubmitted them to the IRS. It's called, slipping my mind now, but he, what is it when you refile your taxes? But he refiled my taxes. So my taxes was filed, and then he went, redid them, and refiled them again. You with me? And he said, this is all of the things that we missed. And it's slipping my mind now what it's called. But basically my point is, even if you filed your taxes, ask your CPA, hey, my broker was just saying some of these different things. Now, if you've already done all of the strategies, there's no need to refile. Oh, there you go. You can file an amendment. That's it. Thank you. Somebody bailed me out. Yes, that's right. I amended my taxes. Okay. So I amended so I said, Uncle Sam, here's what I filed. But hey, no, I have an amendment. I have to amend it. I have to change my taxes. And I changed my taxes. 1 year, I owed taxes. So I had to do an offer and compromise. As I said, hey, Uncle Sam, I owe X amount of money. I don't have all of the money right now, right? So let me make payments on the money, or let me do an offer and compromise. Let me pay you half of the money, or 25% of the money, or 70% of the money. Here's the point that I'm making. No, it's never too late. Here's the key. Number one, I love QuickBooks Online. Number two, I love that QuickBooks bookkeeper who keeps up your taxes every month. Here's another major mistake. You cannot do your taxes once a year. You are losing money if you do your taxes once a year. Every single month, you need to look at the financial health of your business. How much money did I make? How much money am I losing? How much money am I spending? And I'm going to tell Uncle Sam all of my tax deductions. I want all of the tax deductions, and I want to do it every single month. Not once a year. Think about it. When it comes December, you forgot stuff you did back in January, stuff you did back in February, stuff you did back in March. Every single month, you want that QuickBooks online bookkeeper to do your finances. You will be surprised, even if you're not closing deals. There's strategies, there's loopholes, there's things you can do. For instance, this little thing right here is called a cell phone. Your business pay your cell phone bill. You've probably been paying it yourself. Why? Let your business pay your cell phone bill. Huge benefit. Makes sense, right? And that's just one strategy of many, of many. So even if you're not closing deals, it's still a benefit to being a business owner. I want to say that again. Even if you're not closing deals, there's still benefits to being a business owner. If you're working a job and you own a business, there's a lot of benefits to owning your own business. That it can be the difference between paying Uncle Sam every month and getting a refund every month. Let me say that again. Owning your own business, having tax write-offs can be the difference between paying Uncle Sam every month and paying Uncle Sam every year or receiving a check from Uncle Sam every year. I have had times when I was in business back in the beginning, I was losing money, but at the end of the year, I received a check from Uncle Sam. If you construct your business correctly, there's benefits to being an entrepreneur and a business owner. Okay, coaching. Coaching assignment. As of today, we are going to start running our business correctly and running our business the right way. You with me? Go back and look at last year. It's never too late. Talk to your CPA. You can amend your taxes. There may be some expenses. There might be some stuff out there that you're missing. I don't know. Maybe you didn't calculate all of the mileage. I don't know. I don't know. Right? Maybe you have a business expense. I don't know. You with me? But coaching assignment, moving forward, we need to document and run our business as a business with QuickBooks and having a bookkeeper doing our books every single month. All right, questions? Questions, anyone? Questions in the chat? Anybody, raise your hand, unmute yourself, give me some feedback. Did you learn something today? You didn't learn something today? You have a question, give me some feedback. Yes, Tanya.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Tanya. How are you?
Great information. Thank you so much. Question. So is a CPA the same as a person that you might get just to file your taxes, or you need to have a CPA? Like
excellent
a title
question.
CPA.
Excellent question. A CPA is a certified public accountant. They have a license. They have extra education, right? And I like a CPA that owns their own business. I also like a CPA who understands and specializes in real estate. Now, you can do your own taxes. You can have a bookkeeper do your taxes. You can have your mama and daddy them do your taxes. Legally, Uncle Sam says you can let anybody do it. But a CPA is more like a licensed real estate broker who have been in the business for X amount of time. They have went the extra mile. They have extra education. They have extra training, and they are the top of the food chain. I only deal with CPAs. Okay. Also, if I'm ever audited by the IRS, I want a CPA who have his license and his reputation on the line. I can do your taxes, but if I'm not a CPA, what do I have to lose? I don't have a CPA license. Yeah, I go file your taxes, but if I did something wrong or the IRS come knocking on the door, you're going to say, oh, Luther did it. Well, who is Luther? Well, a friend of mine. No. I want a CPA with a license that's actually responsible. Yes, go to Google. Yes, go to Google. Yes, look at Google reviews. Yes, you want them to own a business. Yes, you want them to have an actual CPA license. That's my recommendation. Okay. Question, Tanya, part two, what's going on?
One last question. Again,
Yes.
thanks again. Is that, do you, since we're talking about CPAs, do you have any recommendations for a CPA, a few that might be, you know, good for us just starting out that won't break our pockets?
You know, here's the deal. The CPA firm that I deal with for Platinum Real Estate is a very large commercial real estate firm, very expensive, and they specialize in large firms. Okay. I don't recommend that for a real estate agent. I have some ideas, but let me tell you what I'm going to do. You guys know that I have that we have directors of business development. And that's going to be one of our goals, is to get some good CPAs on our approved vendors list. So any platinum real estate agent, or forget that, any agent, period, if you know of a good CPA that's doing a good job, I want you to send the email to admin, ADMIN, admin@platinumrealestate.com. Okay? Admin@platinumrealestate.com. Send us the CPA's name, telephone number, email address, and we will put them on the approved vendor list. And that's how we will get some good CPAs. Fair? So instead of just having one, agents, show some love, bless your fellow agent, send some CPAs. Now, CPAs, not bookkeepers, not mom and them, not daddy now. We ain't looking for that. We ain't looking for that. True, bona fide CPAs that's doing a good job. Give us some recommendations. Admin@platinumrealestate.com, and we will add them to our preferred vendor list. Excellent. Thank you for that question. Love you. Thank you for that question. Very, very good. Any other questions, comments? Questions, comments? Raise your hand with question, comments. Let me look at my chat here. The chat, great info. Okay. How can I figure out what my business credit is? Write this down. Dun and Bradstreet. Somebody said, I want to know about my business credit. Go to Dun and Bradstreet. Somebody said, what's a good bank to open your business account with? You know, if you have a good relationship with your personal account, that's probably a good place to start. So for instance, if you're already doing business with Wells Fargo, that's a great place to start. Okay. Now I like the bigger banks for my business accounts. I have money in savings and loans. I have money in credit unions, right? I don't use credit unions for my business accounts. I like the larger banks. I love Wells Fargo, been with Wells Fargo for years. Excellent job. But there's a lot. Bank of America, I think now is Truist, used to be SunTrust. So I like those, bigger banks for my business accounts, because when I need a business line of credit, or if I want to buy commercial real estate, the bigger commercial banks is usually better for that. Now, with all that being said, it's up to you. But if you already have a good working relationship with, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Truist, SunTrust, I would say that would be a great place to start. That would be a great place to start. Okay. But you really can't go wrong either way you go. Okay. Just get that business banking account open. And that way you're not commingling funds. You can separate all of your business stuff from all of your personal stuff. So whether you're making money, losing money, really don't make a difference. You are documenting your money. Okay. All right, somebody's saying, Luther, you need to do a webinar on all this. Okay, gotcha. Let me see if I will do just that. That's a great idea. Let me put my mind to it, and I will get us some webinar, and we'll have a full webinar on all this good stuff. And here's why I do this, guys, because listen, I understand, right? Most brokers they don't teach that. And back in the day when I started almost 30 years ago, I would have made a lot more money in real estate if I had a broker that was entrepreneur minded, that was real estate minded, because I would have done a lot better, right? Because there was days I wasn't making money. There was years I wasn't making money. There was several years I wasn't making money in the game, but I would have been a lot better off financially if I would have played the business game better, right? Then when I started making money, then Uncle Sam wants to take my money because of taxes, right? So whether you're not making money or whether you're making money, you still have to understand the game. You still have to understand how to run your business. Does that make sense, everybody? Yes, indeed. All right, any other hands up? Any other hands up? Let me see. No hands up. All right, you guys. Well, don't forget, LutherRagsdale.com. Definitely register for our next upcoming event.